Okay, I'm just going to say something that needs to be said among Latinos, among the Latino community, especially among Chicano community, Mexican Americans, Latino Americans, okay? If it wasn't for Black culture, Black people, Black communities, Black leaders, Black artists, Black music, all of it, if it wasn't for that, we would have an entirely different experience in the United States.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching my videos from. Welcome back to my YouTube space. Thank you so much for being here. My returning subscribers, I love you so much. My new subscribers, you are at my heart. Please make sure you subscribe on my videos for you to watch good videos. Now, today I'm going to talk about Latinos. Latinos. I know as Black people, we have something with Latinos. First, we have our differences with Latinos. Second, we have our similarities with Latinos. Similarities is that we are all going through the same oppressor. We are all facing the same issues. Talk about voter suppression. Talk about police brutality. Talk about mass incarceration. Talk about, name it, every struggle that Black people are going through in United States. Latinos are going through the same, under the same oppressor. But we have our own difference because Latinos are being seen as model or modern minority, like because they are brown skin, their color gives them advantage than Black people. And our differences is that Latinos think they are better than Black people. Why? Because the white narrative have entered in their head to think that they are best than Black people. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about, or I'm going to feature a video of a Latino lady calling out Latinos, or some Latino calling out Latinos for not respecting Black people, for going against Black people. And she is appreciating the work that Black people have done in the United States. And this is what we want to see from other Latinos. We want them to acknowledge the struggle that Black people have gone through. We want them to acknowledge the fight that Black people have put, because we are all under one oppressor. There's a video of an Asian who said that Black people, Asian people, Latino people, all of us have gone through the same oppressor. So there is no need for us going against each other. Okay, that's the video I'm going to play for you, and I want you to watch this clip. I want you to comment down there. I want you to digest it, and then I'm digesting it too and coming back here with a commentary about this video that I'm playing for you. Please stay tuned.
Say something that needs to be said among Latinos, among the Latino community, especially among Chicano community, Mexican Americans, Latino Americans, okay? If it wasn't for Black culture, Black people, Black communities, Black leaders, Black artists, Black music, all of it, if it wasn't for that, we would have an entirely different experience in the United States. Here's the difference between Black folks and Latino folks. Black people in America, their ancestors fought for the rights that we all get to fucking enjoy right now. So many Latinos act like white folks just decided to give Latinos rights, just decided to let Latinos vote, just decided to put laws in place so that you could buy property. If it wasn't for Black leaders, Latinos wouldn't even be able to bring their kids to a public school. We have a lot of the privileges that we have today because of the Civil Rights Act, because of the Fair Housing Act, because of Voting Rights Act, which for those of you Latinos who voted for Trump, you're welcome. If you are Latino, you better recognize the gift that we were just handed from Black people. So it actually makes sense that more Latinos voted for this president because you didn't have to work for the rights that you were just handed. And don't worry, I will be talking about immigration too, but for right now, I just want to give Black people their flowers. I want to give Black artists their flowers. I want to give Black culture their flowers, because if it wasn't for them, I would not be who I am.
What's up with all the black people saying that nobody can say the N-word? Latino and Latinos can't say the N-word. You have effectively marketed that word and sold it. You have turned it into a cultural item. It's in every comedy show. It's in every movie. It's in every music.
The way that you're not embarrassed to come on here and fight just to be a scavenger. Scavenging off someone else's culture, it needs to be studied. Could you imagine if black people casually walked around calling each other wetback? Hey, what's up, my wetback? I bet you wouldn't like that. You should be focused on combating the issues impacting your own people, like ICE raids and illegal deportations. If only Mexicans and Hispanics who fight so hard to say the N-word put that same energy into fighting for your own rights, the same way you fight so hard to leech off of a culture that isn't even yours. It's truly pathetic. Assimilation is still so ingrained in so many weak-minded Mexicans and Hispanics that you take pride in wearing the identities of other people because you have no pride in your own. Instead of embracing your own culture, you scavenge off others, in this case black culture, hoping proximity to blackness will make you relevant, cool, and maybe even powerful, because most of us are aware of the global impact of black culture. Flex your own culture with the same energy that you try to flex black culture, and just keep it moving, because this is embarrassing. And before anybody says that no one should be using the N-word, that is none of your business unless you're black. And that is for the black community to decide and no one else.
Well, black and Latino relationships. Heavy, right? I'm Colombian American. I was born in South America. I was raised in a working class town in New Jersey. Growing up, all of my friends were black. I actually didn't really have that many Latino friends when I was a kid. Most of my friends were black. And really, I think that shaped my perspective differently than a lot of Latinos in the US. And I want to make something very clear, and I want to talk about something that I think a lot of Latinos like to ignore. First off, a lot of us have black roots. In Colombia, in South America, about 20% of the population is black, Afro-Colombian. My father's family has black family. I have some black heritage. Clearly, I would never go around saying I'm like African American, but I just want to say many of us share black ancestry, and we grew up in households that bear the stain of colonialism. Essentially, we were forced upon us these views by the Spanish, by the Portuguese, even by the US, because the US government kind of went into a lot of our homelands and kind of pushed their own agenda. And we were pushed to understand or to think or to believe that the darker we were, the more inferior we are. You see this a lot in South Asian communities. Indian communities, I see do this a lot. And I'll be very honest with you, I don't want to kind of start a controversy here, but I do often see a little bit of racism from South Asian communities directed at people like us, Latinos, and definitely at African Americans. East Asian communities, this is a problem there too. Maybe we'll talk about this in the future. Like I said, this channel is for uncomfortable conversations, and I want you guys to have them in the comments. I want you to discuss this stuff. So let's talk a little bit about Black Americans and Latinos, right? So this is the part that infuriates me the most. Black Americans have historically pushed a lot of the civil rights and liberties that we have in this country, in the United States. The civil rights movement was led predominantly by black people. Many of the rights and the privileges that we have. If you're a Russian American and you're going around talking about how much you love Putin or whatever, you won that right. Well, you didn't win it, but you have that right because people decades ago fought for the right for you to express yourself, for you to be free and have freedom of speech. And I think this is something that a lot of Latinos don't understand. I think this is also a divide between Latinos who haven't really been in the U.S. that long and Latinos like myself who were either born or raised in the U.S. since children. I have noticed a culture amongst some Colombian Americans that I interact with who have only been living in the US like 5-10 years, and all of a sudden they become political experts on the US. They're like in their 30s or their 20s. They didn't grow up here. They weren't teenagers here. They may not have even gone to school here. So sometimes you have discussions with them and you'll ask them like, oh, you think this is okay? Like what the government is doing, limiting the free speech of students, etc. And they'll be like, yeah, every country has the right to like determine who they let into their country and what they can do. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're a threat to the country, you should not be let in. But freedom of speech, that's like a foundational bedrock of our liberal democracy, which is what we have always been for at least for the past decades after World War II. And I feel like a lot of these recent immigrants don't know that. I think they come from their countries with kind of backwards views on liberties, on what you can say, what you should say. Some of them think that because in their home countries, the government can kind of come and tell you what to say, then that's okay to do that here in the US. And I want to be very clear about something. America has never been okay with telling people what to do and what to say. You can take this back a couple of decades. You can take it back to Ulysses, a novel published by James Joyce, which was like very controversial and made its way through the courts. And guess what's one of the most important novels of the 20th century, which would be Ulysses by James Joyce. You also take this back to novels like Tropic of Cancer, which was heavily censored and banned in many places in the U.S. And eventually it became part of kind of our cultural experience. Henry Miller's Tropic of Cancer, one of my favorite books, by the way. I heavily recommend it. But we have historically moved towards supporting civil rights, supporting speaking for yourself, and Black Americans have been a huge part of this. I'm willing to say that if it weren't for Black Americans, America would be a little bit more totalitarian than it was a couple of months ago. And interestingly enough, when you talk about this and you tell people, well, America hasn't always been a free country, right? In the civil rights movement, dogs were sicked on Black protesters. People were murdered under kind of state-sanctioned, dangerous views. And a lot of this happened because Black Americans were fighting for their rights, and they were treated horrendously by not just the U.S. government, but local governments, people in the communities that just were so ignorant and stupid that they didn't understand that, we're all human beings. And a lot of Latinos have benefited from this. Even Latinos that arrived here 5-10 years ago. But the problem is they don't know they've benefited from this. They don't know that the reason they can play salsa out in the street without having someone call the police on them, or successfully call the police on them to shut it down, is because Black Americans made it possible so that integration, civil rights, acceptance of different races was something that we championed as a society, up until recently, of course. And I think a lot of my Latino brethren need to kind of get it together and start studying what this country was founded on. You can't arrive in a country, you can't come here as a new immigrant and bring with you oppressive totalitarian beliefs and think that now you can enforce them because there's a candidate that you like that does that. Like, you need to read up on John F. Kennedy. You need to read on FDR. You need to read on James Baldwin. You need to read about Malcolm X. You need to read about so many, W.E. Du Bois. You need to read about the people who fought for our rights and how hard it was for us to maintain those rights. And if you really want to be an American, if you want to come to this country and you want to say, I'm an American and I'm proud, whether you're Cuban Republican or Colombian Republican or whatever, well, you need to learn the history of this country, right? Because you came here, you chose to come to this country to live a new life, to fight for a better life for your family. So how dare you try to take that away from other people? And how dare you insult and treat Black Americans as if they were inferior to you? They're not. No one is. Everyone is deemed equal under the eyes of God. And you seem to have come here and you brought with you these beliefs, and all they do is just cause and sow hatred and seeds of evil in this society. It's a big beef that I have. I just want to say that if Black and Latino people come together, if we understand that we are in the same game, fighting the same struggle, looking for the same opportunities for our families and our children and our parents, we are a powerful force to be reckoned with. But until we realize how powerful we can be when we work together, we will remain, in many ways, unfortunately, divided. And that power will be divided. And guess who benefits from that? It ain't you, brother. It ain't me. It ain't you out there working in a factory or in construction thinking that Donald Trump is going to save you from whatever the hell you thought you needed saving from. It's Jeff Bezos. It's Musk. It's this creepy little dweeb Zuckerberg that wants to be a man, that thinks that because he has a little gold chain and grew out his little hair and has a little t-shirt that somehow he's a manly man. Yeah, okay, you can take as many Thai bowl classes as you want, Mark Zuckerberg. You're not a man. You're part of an oppressive system that hurts people and causes damages to Western democracies and developing nations who are influenced by these ignorant beliefs found amongst these totalitarian states. That's it for me now. I'm trying to upload more, people. I promise I'll talk about sports. I will. I have about 300 followers. I got another page that has about 200,000 followers, but that's a business page dedicated to something completely outside of the realm of politics, culture, sports, and society. I hope you stick around. Please follow my podcast. And you can also go to realdiegoarias.com. I repeat it, realdiegoarias.com. And you can read some of my essays, some of my fiction, some of my nonfiction, and some of my rambles. And I'm willing to hear you out. Any conservatives out there, any Latinos out there that think I'm wrong, please leave your comments. I believe in free speech. Free speech means that I should and read things that I don't agree with. It's all about having an open conversation. That's the whole point to a modern.
Welcome back. Now, as we know very well, as I started the video, I said Latinos and Black Americans have differences and have similarities. Differences is because one is brown, one is black. The treatment that brown receive is not the same treatment that black receive. Another thing I will say, I'm so happy that this lady is speaking out. I'm so happy that some Latinos are waking up to speak out and say something like this, that black people were there for us. Black people fought for us. What should we do? We should just appreciate and respect black people. That's all. I'm so happy to hear a video like this because black people, we don't have bad blood. When you are on us, when you support us, we appreciate. And that's why we appreciate people like professors like Jane Elliott. We appreciate the white people who are trying to fight with us, trying to support us. We appreciate Latinos who are trying to support us. We don't neglect somebody who is trying to push us. And that's why I'm happy with this video. But again, I don't know if Latinos will hear this. But I think they will because it is coming from their own. Their own is telling them how black people have fought for them. Because each and everything that Latinos are enjoying in this country or in America is because of black people. The struggle of black people has made Latino at least to vote for Donald Trump. Because they were able to vote for Trump because of lack of black people. And each and every struggle that Latinos are going through, let me talk about immigration policy. Black people warned Latinos, and the Latinos too warned them, but they went ahead and ignored. But you see, right now they know that the importance of black people in the society. Let me tell you this. When we talk about mass incarceration, when black people are being named or tagged maybe as thugs, tagged as criminals, two comes to Latinos. Talk about drug dealers, talk about criminals, Mexicans, Cubans. When they tag one person, they don't tag one person, they tag the community of Latino. That's the white system. How it does it work. That is the similarity that we have. But black people have been on the front line. Number one, because black people are the blueprint. Number two, because black people, they don't care whether they hurt themselves, but they care about the future of other people. They care about the healthiness of other people. They care about the prosperity of other people. Why? Because black people are the parent. First human being in the face of the earth need to take care of others. Black people are the mothers and fathers of other communities, of other races. And that's why I sat down myself and think about why do black people always fight for other people? Why do black Americans always fight for other people? Why do black people suffered a lot because of white people to get it? Why do black people suffered a lot for white people to be so this filthy rich? Why are black people the entertainers of the world? Why are black people the inventors of the world? Why are black people the organizers of the world? Why are black people the threat to the systems, to the empires? Because we are the mothers and we are the fathers of other races. If you learn of go through the history, you will understand that black people are the blueprint. Black people are the parents, and that's why we endure everything. That's why we receive each and every stroke. That's why we are on the front line of this protest, because we are the energy of the party. Without black people, no party. Jesus turns wine into water or water into wine to continuation of the party. Jesus was a black person. I'm just giving an example. Just don't quote me bad. I'm sorry, my bad. But I'm just saying, for the party to continue, a black Jesus was there. And that's why wherever black people goes, they are being seen. Our color is unique. We are being noticed. Let me tell you, when a brown person enters a room, you won't be noticed easily. When a brown person, a white person enters a room where there is white people, you won't be noticed because all you are white. But when a black person, a dark skin, not brown, a dark skin, enters a room of black people, not so dark skin, he is noticed. When a dark skin enters a room of a white people, he will be noticed. Black people are the blueprint and the face of the world. Back to Latinos. Back to these Latinos who's calling out fellow Latinos. It is time Latino need to unite with black people. Unity is all that we need, because we need a shift of power. Shift of power. Because the power that we have tested from white system is affecting us. It is against us. It is failing us. It is killing us. We need a shift. And this shift comes from us uniting. Black people and brown people. The unity that we need when we go to vote as a block, it will change something. The unity that we need when we go in the protest, when we call out something, it is done. Because calling out atrocities, when you are united, your voice is louder than only one person calling out. But black people have been doing this. And that's why this Latino lady is giving thanks to black people. That's why this Latino lady is accepting that indeed black people have done a lot. If there is policy that is protecting Latinos, it's black people policy. If there is policy that is protecting Asians, it's because of black people. We fought so hard, and black people have been there so hard. They have been going deep and deeper. Let me say this. One of the issues that we need to do, or one of the things that we need to look as the minority group or minority group, we don't need to buy this narrative of model minority, because Latinos are being lied to of the model minority, and it's entering their head. They're getting their head big because they think that us being close to power, us being a friend to the power, because they are being told, come here, play by the book, stay your head down. And that's the same thing that Africans are doing when they go to United States. Africans, when they're there, they are saying that we are not black. We are immigrant first, and then we are Africans, or Nigerians or Kenyan, and then black. But these are the big head they are getting is because of the fight of black Americans. And I'm so happy that this Latino here in America is saying, you know what? I appreciate the work that black people have played. I appreciate the energy, the struggle that black people have put there. I appreciate each and everything that black people are doing. And I'm calling out my community that what you need to do, you need to appreciate black people. Let me tell you, recently black people have gone silent, and people are asking, why are black people gone silent? They are trying to gaslight us, but we are not lighting up, because we have learned that we have done a lot and we are not fighting for ourselves. That we have done a lot and we are not loving ourselves. We have done a lot for people, and yet we are still behind. Why? We have done a lot, and still they don't care about what we have done. So one thing is that black people have gone silent. It's not because we don't want to fight for you. It's because what we receive when we fight for you. It's because what you pay us back when we fight for you. And this is another generation. It's not our old generation. These are Gen Zs, man. And Gen Zs are type of different. Gen Zs, they will put energy where energy is. Where there's low energy, they won't put energy. And that's why you're seeing this. So they are trying to gaslight us, but we are not lighting up. So it is high time. I see Latinos, wow, black people are not fighting for us. White people, black people, you are not on the front line. Because the issue that is in right now, it is catching up with everyone. Latinos, white people, all are going through the same hell. And we as white people, we as black people, we told you this. And if you could hear this cry out earlier, maybe we could be somewhere. We could not be here. But because you ignored the cry, because you ignored the black people, you say that we are so loud. We talk about race. No, this race, it is being seen. You enter in an office, they will see your color. You enter in, they will see. Go through the history. The history tells us Martin Luther King Jr. was wearing a suit, but still they label him all sort of names. A lot of people, black people. So don't say that we are wearing like tags or we have this ghetto what. No, it's not like that. That's just part of the culture of black people. But we have been here presenting ourselves in a mannerful way, but still they will condemn us of one or two things. So I'm so happy that finally some people are waking up. Some Latinos are waking up. I'm so happy that some white people too are waking up. And this is something that we need to do. Unity is all that we need to do. The minority groups, for us to have this better wage, because all of us, we are getting these less wages. All of us are being paid less and working more hours. Latinos, Asians, black, name them. But again, for us to get what we deserve, we need to unite. We have the fights for these nations. We have built these nations. The enjoyment you are enjoying is because of black people. I will not continue to say, I know you know that. But I'm so happy that Latinos, some of them are waking up, because there's a lot of racism in Latino community. We know that. A lot of racism in Latino community, because they are buying the narrative of that black color is like this, something, you name it. So what I need to say today is that unity is the key. And Latinos, you need to wake up. We don't demand your appreciation. We don't demand your apology. We don't demand it, but it's our right. It is. As an African, I may say it's the right of black Americans to get that respect they need so that they can continue with the spirit of fighting. Tell me what you think on the comment section. Until next episode, peace out.